Good morning. Welcome to day 65, Monday, June 10th, 2024. We're just getting started. It's about 5:45. There was someone who camped around me last night, so I didn't want to record anything there. Although with the raging creek nearby, I don't think they would have heard me. So yeah, another pass today. Selden Pass. There will be snow, so let's go get it. All right, we just did a huge climb up a ton of switchbacks, and the angle was a bit steep on most of them, so we're getting a bit of a reprieve here, which is nice. All right, we're taking our first real break. I intentionally didn't look at the time, figuring I'd probably gone about 2 hours, almost 3 hours of hiking, so pretty good. We got part of the climb done on our way to Selden Pass. Nice little spot here, so air out the feet. Starting to see our first glimpses of snow, so the snow is coming. Stay tuned. First water crossing of the day. Crocs are on. We're at the bottom of the Sally Keys Lakes. Pretty nice view. Trail right next to the lake. Still waiting for the snow. I know it's coming. All right, we're about 2 miles from the top of Selden Pass. We're at the lower Sally Keys Lake. Decided to take a little break here and then push on for the pass. All right, so here's the upper Sally Keys Lake. Starting to do some climbing. It's a nice view of both of the Sally Keys Lakes, the upper and the lower. So that snow-capped peak right there is Mount Henry, another 12,000 footer. All right, we're back to full-on snow on our way up the Selden Pass. All right, we've made it to Heart Lake, our last lake before the pass. I can see why it's called Heart Lake now. Like if you picture that being the top of the heart and then going down. Just taking a quick break, making our way up to the pass. It's just a magnificent day out here. All right, we're about a little over a half mile from the top of the pass. I just passed two guys who were at the water crossing. So I stopped at the next water crossing and let them two go ahead of me. So I haven't seen them before, so I'm wondering if they did the bypass. And then there were a bunch of people pass at the first campground once you come back from the PUD pass. So they're behind me. They're probably not too far behind me. They were wrapping up camp when I went by. So I don't know if I recognized anyone there. It was hard to tell, but there's a few people out here who are going to be doing the pass today, that's for sure. Maybe you can see the hikers up there that I let pass me. So that's where we're headed. It looks like maybe we get snow free after this snowfield. That's cool. All right, we made it to the top of Selden Pass, 10,913 feet. A lot of pretty lakes on the other side. The snow wasn't too bad coming up. So yeah, I want to try and get down below the snow level again before the snow gets real bad. It's around 11:30. So this big lake over here coming down Selden is Marie Lake. A lot more snow on the north side of the pass, that's for sure. All right, we've been descending for about 2 hours. We're finally seeing more trail than snow. We've got a water crossing about a half mile away, so once we get past that water crossing, I'll take a nice break. Shoes are soaked, feet are wet. That's how it goes. Okay, we got a crossing here at the West Fork of Bear Creek. Gonna put the Crocs on and take a break on the other side. All right, we've got another water crossing down there. This one is Bear Creek. Put the Crocs back on. All right, so that Bear Creek crossing was a no-go for me. The current was just too strong. So there is an alternate. So I had to backtrack a mile and climb up. And then Bear Creek like splits off into two forks. It's easier to cross. So that's where I'm headed. I'm climbing back up, backtracking about a mile to try the alternate instead. And a little bit of rain just started. There were two guys that were on the pass with me. I just passed them. They were going down. I just told them it was sketchy for me, but they should check it out for themselves. So they're gonna check it out. I'm gonna go for the alternate. All right, so now I'm on the Sandpiper Trail off the PCT. It should go down about 200 feet or so, and then I can start looking at getting off this and doing the two crossings. All right, we've been cross country for a bit. We're getting close to the South Fork of Bear Creek. That's the first one to cross at the outlet of Lou Beverly Lake. And then we'll start heading down a couple hundred feet for the other tributary of Bear Creek. So first, we got to get across this one. All right, this looks much calmer, much nicer. All right, part one is done. On to part two. So we just crossed the South Fork at around 10,050 feet, and now we're going to cross the East Fork down around 9,800 feet. So we're going to keep going cross country in the woods to get down there. We are way off trail, and there's an old fire ring. Pretty cool. An old campsite. All right, we got about another 200 feet to go down. I think I'm starting to hear the other fork of the river down there, so we're getting close. All right, here's the East Fork. This is the only other one we got to get across. All right, there were a couple potential spots to cross, but then I saw this log here, so I'm gonna try and go for the log crossing, put the trail runners back on. All right, we made it across that log. Now we have to get back to the PCT. So there's also like been a steady rain the past couple of hours. Yeah, I was thinking it would just rain for a bit and then clear up. There are blue skies around, but I guess between the rain and the water crossings, I'm a bit chilly. All right, we are back on the Pacific Crest Trail. That river is still raging. I was chatting with a guy who I just missed crossing it, but he literally like stood for like 2 minutes in the water, what he thought was like a pretty dangerous spot, and was just weighing his options. And now he's got two more of his group showing up, and they don't look too thrilled about it, and I don't blame them. I guess the two guys that I was on the pass with that I told to check it out, I think they're doing the alternate. Yeah, that alternate really wasn't bad, and having that log for the second for the East Fork crossing, because that one was still pretty strong current. It's nice having that log there. So this has delayed my plans a bit. Obviously I had to backtrack a mile and then do whatever that was, another mile on the reroute, so that killed some time. I was hoping to be set up to be closer to VVR for tomorrow, so I'll take a break in a minute or wherever, now it stopped raining on us, and see how far I might want to go today. That's the update. Didn't think I'd have that reroute today, but you really gotta look at it and make the best decision for you. And for me, I wasn't feeling very comfortable. I tried stepping in 2 different places, and when I got that first foot in what I thought was pretty strong current, I was thinking the alternate looked like a better idea. So probably one of my scariest moments ever was on a water crossing when Sarah and I were doing a Ray Lakes loop, and maybe it was July. It must have been July. There must have still been a lot of snow melt. It was the same deal where a bridge had been destroyed. We actually walked from the crossing off trail for like a mile or 2 miles to where there was a huge log that people were using over a raging river. I'm not a huge fan of logs for the most part, and I thought the current looked pretty manageable. So I crossed it. The very last step before I was on the other side, lost my footing. Donated 2 trekking poles to the river gods, but otherwise came out unscathed. And then Sarah bravely crossed the log. So I'm very leery of high water crossings, and I will not take any unnecessary risk with those. So that's the update. We will check in a bit. All right, it is 6 o'clock. We went long today, 12 and a half hours. Had the unexpected Bear Creek crossing alternate route, but that was a safe thing to do. So gained some elevation. I think we're at about 9,200 feet. I'm gonna get camp set up, there's a water seasonal stream nearby, and just get in the tent because the mosquitoes have been pretty relentless for the past couple of hours. See you in the tent. All right, we're gonna wrap it up for the day. It's like 7 p.m. I need to eat. We did 17 and a half trail miles, one of our biggest days in the Sierras, plus an additional couple of miles because we had to go back south for the Bear Creek crossing reroute. So big mileage day. Got another pass in, Selden Pass. I'm hoping I'm set up close enough to Vermilion Valley Resort to catch the ferry tomorrow. They have a ferry twice a day that will take you from the lake to the facility, so you don't have to hike whatever it is, 6 miles to get there. And the ferry picks up hikers at 9:45, and it's either 3:45 or 4:45. I would love to be on that 9:45 ferry. So I'm gonna, as I'm eating and getting situated, I'm gonna look at that mileage where I am right now, and I may even set an alarm just to make sure I'm on that ferry. Yeah, big day from snowy passes to dangerous creek crossings and rerouting, and then mosquitoes attacking for a good chunk of the day. It had it all. I definitely put in a lot of miles today, and I think part of it is just getting to VVR for a resupply, shower, laundry, all that good stuff is very motivating. So that's it for today. We'll see you in the morning, hopefully for a cleaner. Oh yeah, I got another tear on my sun hoodie, so after I wash it, I'll see if I can repair it. If not, I'm gonna have to have Sarah send me a replacement. So that's how it goes out here. One branch gets you and rips it up pretty good. So that's the gear update. We'll see you in the morning. I'm beat.